Hey, why, hello everybody. We are back once again in the Underhive. We are here to talk about many things. We talked of many things. If y'all watched Moulin Rouge, you know what the fuck I was on about there. But if you didn't watch Moulin Rouge, I don't blame you. I'll put it that way. It's the first episode of Underhive Scum where we're not smoking pot. I will be eating hash, however, because you can eat hash, still get high. So, I've been thoroughly blessed by Nurgle, so I'm not eating anything. Y'all might have heard some coughs in the last one. It has fully developed into something gnarly, but I've already actually chewed on some hash. I already banged down some hash a couple minutes ago. That's why I started this podcast, honestly. I was like, hey, you know what? We'll get an episode of Underhive Scum out. Underhive Scum. Is there too much Underhive Scum? I don't know if that can be a thing. Can there ever be too much Underhive Scum? So, we will get to it here. Man, I think that hash is kicking me in the balls already. So y'all go ahead. Y'all take your hits. I'm actually, my mouth thoroughly hashy right now. Thoroughly. All I taste is hash. It's a good thing because I've been drinking garlic tea all day. What's garlic tea? I crush up garlic cloves and I boil it off in water and it tastes like buttholes. It tastes like ranted ass. It is a terrible flavor. I am not a fan, but you want to know what? It's really good. It helps my colds a lot. So I do it. We're going to be, dropping you guys all over the place. So, I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about last time. Let's go over to whatchamacallit, Warhammer Community. .com. Don't care about Mortal Realms. Don't care about Fire Slayers. I don't think I talked about the Harlequin stuff. We already did the Harlequin. We already did some Harlequin preview stuff. So what we'll talk about. We did that on the YouTube channel. I don't remember if I've actually gotten that episode out yet. And if I haven't gotten that episode out yet, sadly, it's never going to come because obviously I just got sick and never got around to it. I'd like to give you guys the fresher episode that is the one I'm recording today instead of going back and. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. All right, I didn't get anything in the Harlequins in my last podcast, which is actually what I was checking out. So we will actually do some Harlequin stuff. Chegarak's Jest is a 1 CP stratagem that requires when an enemy. We'll just get into it. It requires. This is ridiculous, right? The dance of Chegarak's Jest sees many enemies. The enemy unit harried mercilessly into their absolute destruction. I'm just fucking up, man. Use a stratagem when an enemy unit falls back from a Harlequin unit from your army after the unit has finished moving. Provided no other units with or within 1 inch of your unit, it can shoot the enemy that fell back as if it were the shooting phase. Really tasty stuff. There's Aisha's Weeping. Another 1 command point. This dance sees the Harlequins respond to their losses with ever more exaggerated grief and wildness. Their frantic movements rendering them hard to target. Use your strategy at the end of any phase. Select a Harlequins unit from your army that suffered casualties during the phase. Improve its units and vulnerable save by 1 to a maximum of +3. till the end of the turn. Shrieking Doom. Seeing the perfect morbid jest in the offsiding. Death Jester takes a particular care to place their shots just show. So, use this stratagem before a Death Jester from your army shoots a Shrieker Cannon or Curtain Fall, page 77. Using this weapon Shrieker profile, increase the weapon strength characteristic by 1 and its damage characteristic to D3 until the end of the phase. Hero's Paths, 2 CP. That was also 1 CP. The Dance of the Hero's Path depicts how overbearing pride led Eldinesh and Utanash on a deadly quest in the den of the Prince of Yiggs. Use this stratagem to start a movement phase, which a Death Jester, Solitary, and Shadow Seer from your army within 6 inches of each other. Remove all 3 models from your battlefield. At the end of the movement phase, you can set up each model anywhere on the battlefield is more than 9 inches away from every units. Great Harlequin. Amongst the masks seems different. One amongst the masks seems different this day. Their presence magnified, their skill sublimed. Who or what now lurks behind their mask? Use a stratagem before battle. Select a troop master from your army. This unit gains the Great Harlequin keyword and the following Will of the Lasting Gods. In the fight phase, he rerolls hit rolls of 1 for friendly mask units that are within 6. You can only use this stratagem once per battle. We all know about Webboy Assault. Let's move into the Warlord traits. There's the Player of Light. Rerolled failed mask charges within 6 inches of your free-rolled charges of any friendly mask while they're within 6 inches of your Warlord. Player of Twilight. You can reroll a hit roll or save roll from your Warlord. In addition, if your army is Battleforged and your opponent and your Warlord is on the battlefield, roll a d6 each time your opponent uses the stratagem with the exact result. Exactly numbers of the command points spent to use that stratagem, then you gain that many command points. And this is the one I like the best for Warlord traits. Soaring Spite. Sky Strider. The Warlord can disembark from a transport even after it has moved. We'll go over just the Mirror Stave for relics, because I find that one very interesting. The Mirror Stave is a Shadow Seer only. It's a 12-inch Assault 6, AP -1, damage 1 weapon. Strength Star, and its melee is Strength Star, melee, AP -1, damage D3. The wound roll required for this weapon is the shooting phase equal to the target's unmodified ballistic skill. The same thing goes with melee attacks. So if you're shooting that thing with an Orcs, you're wounding on a 5. If you're attacking it in melee, you're wounding on a 3. It's 3 and 3 for Space Marines. I like fighting Space Marines with that more than I like fighting basically anything else. Because when you look at it, I'm gonna suck on this. Yeah, I got some spoons that are covered in hash. Can't recall why I forgot the word spoon. Maybe it's all the hash and TBIs. Yeah. Let's check out what unit do we want to preview? I mean, like, we did like a 1,000 list breakdown before. So let's do some compare. We'll jump back into the Death Guard and do some Death Guard unit comparison. We might even do some Death Watch. Oh, we got some new data. Maybe my Death Watch points will be back on point and not off. Still update. There we go. Update's finished. New roster. DFG. All right. Actually, let's go over a Let's go over Death Watch unit my homeboy linked me. Imperium Death Watch Patrol Detachment. This will work just fine. This is a group of veterans. I had to go. Let's see what he can get. Alright, so you give your veterans... I don't know if my homie went with like 4 veterans or what. But I'm going to go get his list out. This is actually a unit that my friend told me about because I wasn't really looking at non-Primaris Death Watch. And he linked me a unit that I think is pretty tasty, and we're going to go over it. I'm about to just pull it up, and then we'll do the points, values, and all that shit. Well, it's good to know that my one homie... Yeah, well, fuck. Alright, so you get the Watch Sergeant. Then you get the 4th Vanguard Veterans. The Watch Sergeant has a Power Axe and a Storm Bolter. Boo. And then your veterans all get you get 3 veterans after that with Storm Bolter, Storm Shield. So you get the Storm Bolter, Storm Shield veterans. And then you get 1 more veteran. A Vanguard veteran. Yeah, then you get a Vanguard veteran with a Power Axe and a Storm Shield. Vanguard veteran. He's got Power Axe and Storm Shield. Then you get 2 Terminators, a Biker and a Black Shield. The 2 Terminators have Power Axes and Storm Bolters. Alright. And then your last guy, you get the Biker with the Teleport Homer. And the Black Shield. Alright. The Black Shield, the Power Axe, and Storm Bolter also. Alright. Then the Death Watch Biker gets Teleport Homer, Power Axe, and his twin bolt guns. Okay. So this squad runs you 267 points. Let's see if I... Yep. So this is 267 points for the unit. And yeah, you get your... I mean, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Storm Bolter shots, 6 Storm Bolters with the twin bolt gun, so you can do a lot of chaff clearing. You're also throwing Terminators with 2 attacks apiece, or just 1? So they're 2 attacks apiece. 1, 2. Black Shield throw 2 attacks apiece. He throws 3. 1, 2. That's 7 attacks. Biker throws 2 attacks. Watch Sergeant throws 3. All right. So, what's the Vanguard veteran throw? 2? Okay, so you throw 1, 5, 9, 12, 15 power axe attacks. And you get your 2, 4, 8, 10, 12, 14 Stormbolter shots without the double taps and whatever the twin bolt gun fires. What's it fire? Rapid fire. So like another 2 shots. So you get, 15, 16 shots. A bunch of power axe attacks. This is a pretty tasty unit. This is actually a melee unit that goes in and hits things with its power axes. Because it gets you up to strength 5. And like while there is no power fists in here for anything above strength 5, I guess it's not that big of a deal. Because this will wipe units very effectively, I think. The veterans, like I said, all Stormbolt or Storm Shield, they're kind of a blade of wounds. They're there to get shot up, and if they're shooting something at you that will bypass your Storm Shields and boost your veterans, maybe think about a Terminator, because I think that's also why they are there. So the Terminators and veterans are there as like extra damage, but also to get shot so the rest of your squad doesn't die. I think it's pretty tasty kill squad. You get a couple for a 1,000 point list. Very handy stuff. With all that power axe attacks and bolt gun attacks, you can feasibly kill a wide variety of things. And if you're running into troops, well, they're in fucking trouble. And yeah, pretty tasty unit. You get 2, 3, 4. You get 4 Storm Shield wounds. You get 4 more Terminator wounds. So you have like 8 ablative, quote unquote, ablative wounds in that list. It's alright. It's okay. Yeah. Now let's go look at some HQ units. And we're going to go Death Guard. Just to patrol, because we're just doing some unit analysis here. Huh. I'm just trying to decide, which... We'll do a Mytholytic Blight Hauler and a Fetid Bloat Drone. So, Fetid Bloat Drones, the way I run them, are 158 points. Toughness 7, 10 wounds, 12-inch move. You can do it at 159 for the Heavy Blight Launcher. I'll usually run the 2 Plague Spitters, which is 2d6 strength user. Starts at strength 6, moves to strength 4, strength 5, then strength 4. So you get 2d6 of those, full rerolls, automatically hits the targets, full rerolls because it's a plague weapon. Well, full rerolls if your next target's Contaminator. Rerolls 1s because it's a plague weapon. So for 158 points, you advance 16 inches, and then you flamer them. Well, you can advance up to 16 inches and flamer them, giving your flamer a 25-inch threat. They're also impossible to kill. They're impossible to kill. For 158 points, you can boost them up to toughness 8, 10 wounds. They can shoot it all day. You have the 5-up, 5-up. You just sit there and don't take damage. You reduce the amount of damage they take, yet you take a ridiculous amount. And they really just have to grind through it. And so, like, when they get you to 5 wounds, they do half of your life, you go down to strength 6. Strength 5. So, like, if you have putrescent vitality, you go from toughness 7, strength toughness 8, strength 7 to toughness 8, still strength 6 with 2 attacks. But that only really matters with the flamers and the flesh mower. The flamers, really handy. Really handy. Because I got a couple die 6 hanging around somewhere. There's one. We're just going to roll some hits real quick. I got 3 hits there. 2 hits, so 5 hits. Where are the rest of my... I got another... I picked up... Alright, I got another dice here. 2 more dice. So I guess like 5 hits isn't that bad. Oh, snap, that was bad. I knocked something off the desk that I was reaching for the dice on. And like... I ate pizza for breakfast because I didn't want to cook. I'm super healthy while I'm sick. I eat pizza for breakfast. We're going to do no support here. And so, we'll go with wounding against Marines too. So you hit 5, wound 3 against Marines. Alright, new attack roll. We're going to run that one again just for mathematical reasons, right? There we got 7 hits. Three wounds. Then reroll these 4 dice. There were 3 of the 4. That is a full conversion of wounds, my friend. And that is what you can do. That's why they're good. That's why they're really good. Is because even if you roll a 1 on your wound, you reroll it. And if you're next to an arch contaminator, you get full rerolls. And if you're a strength 7, you're probably going to wound. If you're hitting a tactical squad or anything that's not quite as strong as what you're doing to it, wounding on 3s full rerolls basically means full wound conversions. So, with the fetid bloat drone, you hit 2d6 attacks, which basically means you can convert 2d6 wounds with full support. It's really good. Really good. And then there's Mytholytic Blight Haulers. 142 points. They can be taken in groups of 3 for 426 points. And they come with a Bile Spurt, a 12-inch range, Assault D3, Strength 6, AP -1, Plague Weapon. Then they have the Gnashing Maw, which is a melee strength user. So, I'm really sure like Blight Haulers are. A strength 7. So those are the close range. 12 inches, you're probably going to get charged. And by the time you're using Bile Spurt, you're either in close support or you're like doing a melee. You're performing like an Overwatch action pre-melee. Then there's the frag missile, the missile launcher, frag missile, heavy D6, strength 4, AP -0 damage. One really useful against like toughness 3, like gods or something, right? No, like low armor save, low toughness, but they come in a lot. All right, missile launcher, crack. This is what I use it as mostly. Is the heavy 1, strength 8, AP -2 damage, D6. And the way to play this best is at 24 inches as a tank. Like, the Putrescent Fog is really handy, and it does help a lot against, like, armies like Tau that don't have any AP-. I'm gonna go cough up some of this, flu. Alright, effluvium has been coughed up. So, Gnashing Maw. Real good. Man, I shouldn't even be talking right now. What the fuck am I thinking? We'll finish this and I'll let y'all go. Alright. Gnashing Maw's alright. Best played as a tank close support tank. The best games I've had with it is when like I've used it kind of early for its like command benefit, and then like when the game developed a little bit, I started taking it off on its own as a command Benny. Is not lose the command Bennies, which sounds stupid, but I usually trade him for a much more valuable model. I run him off, and he's a great speed bump or booshes something and then dies. So he does well, especially when you play him more like a tank and less like a command unit. It's more of a tank than it is a command unit. It is a command tank, but it's got, when you use the missile launcher and melt it to your fullest, especially in an army that kind of struggles to kill high toughness. Like when you're running blight launchers, you can have problems with T8, but not with that thing, my friend. Not with that thing. Gets a good melt to shut off. Things are done. So yeah, I'm gonna suck on the hash a bit more. That's hashy. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Underhive Scum. I'm gonna upload this. Yeah. Chaos, like, fitted bloat drones, almost undercosted. Mytholytic blight haulers, not as good. Like 16 points less. 2 wounds less. You get more guns, better command benefits, but they don't have fly. And man, the fitted bloat drones are just so good. They're disgustingly good. It's great. I love them. Love them. I love the mytholytic blight hauler too, but it's not quite as gross because the fetid bloat drone is just gross. Like, if I were to take fetid bloat drone list, I'd just be an asshole, really. It's undercaught. It's very good. It's a very good unit. It is my favorite unit from the Codex. Later.